It started as a joke, a silly, practical thing. My husband, Mark, was heading off for his big annual tech conference in San Francisco. He's notoriously forgetful, and I'm notoriously overprepared. As he was packing, I grinned and slipped a new Apple AirTag into the hidden pocket of his suitcase. "So I don't have to worry about the airline losing your stuff," I said. He kissed me, called me the best, most organized wife in the world, and walked out the door. I tracked his Uber to the airport. I saw him arrive. Then, an hour later, I opened the Find My app again, expecting to see his suitcase icon moving towards the departure gates. But it wasn't. It was heading back into the city, away from the airport. My heart hammered against my ribs. A mistake. A glitch. Maybe he forgot something important and was racing back home. I waited, my eyes glued to the screen, but the little blue dot didn't come back to our address. It kept moving, heading north, into a part of town we never go to. It finally stopped on a quiet, suburban street I'd never even heard of. For an hour, I told myself it was nothing. The app was broken. He was with a colleague. There was a logical explanation, but the cold dread coiling in my stomach told me I was lying to myself. I got in my car. I didn't even know what I was looking for. As I turned onto the street the app had pinpointed, I saw it. His car. The sleek, black Audi he was so proud of was parked in the driveway of a charming little two-story house with a perfectly manicured lawn. My world didn't just crack. It detonated. This wasn't a one-night stand. This wasn't a momentary lapse in judgment. This was a life. A whole, secret, parallel life. The conference, the business trips, the late nights at the office, how much of my marriage had been a carefully constructed lie. I parked at the end of the street, my hands shaking so violently I could barely turn off the ignition. I sat there for what felt like an eternity, just staring at the house where my husband was supposed to be 3,000 miles away. Then the front door opened, and out walked Mark. He was laughing, relaxed, wearing a casual sweater I'd never seen before. He was holding hands with a woman. My breath caught in my throat. It was Emily. Emily was my former mentee, a bright, ambitious girl I had taken under my wing at my old company. I trained her, championed her, and celebrated when she got a better job elsewhere. She had been to our house for dinner. She had called me her inspiration. And now she was holding my husband's hand on the porch of their secret home. As I watched in horror, a little golden retriever puppy ran out and jumped at their feet. They knelt down, a perfect, happy family. In that moment, I realized my husband hadn't just cheated on me. He had built an entire world without me, with a woman I had personally introduced into our lives. And the AirTag in his suitcase, still pinging from inside that house, wasn't a tracking device for his luggage. It was a beacon, guiding me to the wreckage of my entire life. Update 1: It's been 2 weeks since what I now call Discovery Day. 2 weeks of living in a waking nightmare. Mark came home 3 days later, full of stories about the conference, even bringing me a souvenir from Fisherman's Wharf that he must have bought online. I played the part of the loving, unsuspecting wife. I listened, I smiled, I asked the right questions. Every word out of his mouth was a testament to his sociopathic ability to lie. Living with him has been an exercise in supreme self-control. Every time he touches me, I have to fight the urge to recoil. Every time he says I love you, the words curdle in the air. I am a ghost in my own home, haunting a marriage that is already dead. But I am not just grieving. I am gathering intelligence. I hired a lawyer who advised me to play dumb until we had an ironclad case. I've been a detective in my own life, meticulously documenting everything. I opened a separate bank account. I made copies of all our financial statements. And I found it. The smoking gun. It wasn't just his salary funding this double life. There was a second mortgage taken out on a property I'd never heard of, the house on that quiet suburban street. and my signature was on the document. A forgery, and a damn good one at that. He hadn't just betrayed me emotionally, he had committed fraud. He had stolen from our future to build his with her. The plan is no longer just to confront him, it's to dismantle him. And I've just been handed the perfect opportunity. His company's annual awards gala is next month. Mark is the frontrunner for the Partner of the Year award. It's the biggest night of his career. His parents will be there, his colleagues, his bosses, everyone who sees him as this upstanding, brilliant family man. And as the supportive, proud wife, I'm expected to be right there by his side, smiling for the cameras. Oh, I'll be there. And I'll be smiling. But it won't be for the reason he thinks. Update to the gala is tomorrow night. My dress is hanging on the back of my Dora stunning, blood-red gown. A statement. I feel eerily calm, like the air before a devastating storm. The last few weeks have been a blur of secret meetings with my lawyer and a forensic accountant. The scale of Mark's deceit is deeper than I could have ever imagined. He didn't just forge my signature on a mortgage. He's been embezzling from his company for years, funneling money through shell accounts to fund his second life. Emily, my sweet, ambitious mentee, was in on it. Her name is on the accounts, too. This wasn't just an affair, it was a criminal enterprise. My plan is set. I've spoken to Mark's boss, the CEO of the company, under the strictest confidence. I laid out the evidence, the forged mortgage, the bank transfers, the proof of embezzlement. The man's face went from disbelief to cold, corporate fury. They are launching their own internal investigation, but he has given me his blessing to do what I need to do tomorrow night. Mark thinks I've arranged a special tribute video to celebrate his career and our life together, to be played right before he accepts his award. He was so touched by the gesture. He even gave me old photos to include. The video does start that way. Pictures of us in college on our wedding day, on holidays. It will paint the perfect picture. Then the music will change. The screen will cut to a Google Maps image, zooming in on the AirTag's location. It will show the photos I took of his car in that driveway. It will show the forged signature on the mortgage document next to my real one. It will show screenshots of the illegal money transfers with dates that line up perfectly with his business trips. Some might say this is too cruel, too public, but they don't understand. Mark and Emily didn't just try to steal my husband and my future. They tried to make me the unknowing financial sponsor of my own destruction. They built their dream house with stolen money and my stolen identity. They don't deserve a quiet divorce. They deserve to be exposed for the criminals they are, in front of everyone they ever fooled. Tomorrow night, I'm not just ending my marriage. I'm ending their entire world. And I will not shed a single tear. The final chapter. The ballroom was magnificent, filled with glittering chandeliers and the self-congratulatory buzz of corporate success. Mark was on top of the world, shaking hands, basking in the adoration. He won. Partner of the Year. He walked onto the stage to thunderous applause, kissed me, and whispered, "We did it." In his acceptance speech, he thanked the company, his mentors, and then he looked at me. But most of all, he said, his voice thick with fake emotion, "I want to thank my incredible wife. My rock, my inspiration. None of this would be possible without you." The room sighed with sentiment. The host then announced that I had prepared a special surprise. I walked to the podium, gave Mark a dazzling smile, and cued the video. The first minute was exactly what he expected. Our happy life in pictures. He watched, his chest puffed out with pride. Then the screen flickered. The music shifted from a soft piano to something dark and ominous. The Google Maps animation began. I saw the exact moment the blood drained from his face. His smile faltered, replaced by utter confusion, then dawning horror. The room fell silent. You could hear a pin drop as the screen displayed the forged documents, the bank statements, the photos of him and Emily with their puppy on the porch of the house he bought with stolen money. I took the microphone. My husband said this wouldn't be possible without me, I began, my voice clear and steady. He's right. It wouldn't have been possible without my signature, which he forged. It wouldn't have been possible without our joint savings, which he drained. And it certainly wouldn't have been possible without the trust I blindly gave him. I looked out at the sea of shocked faces, then back at the man I once loved, now a statue of shame on stage. So, congratulations, Mark. You are the partner of the year. In fact, you've been a partner to two of us, and a criminal to us all. I placed the microphone on the podium and walked off the stage, not looking back as security guards began moving towards him. The twist, however, didn't come from my revenge. The true twist came a few months later. Emily, facing federal charges and a ruined life, reached out to me through her lawyer. She wanted to make a deal. She would testify against Mark, providing even more evidence in exchange for my support for a lighter sentence. If you're interested in stories like this, please like, comment, and subscribe.